GameMasters here, and today we are going to talk Metallic Greatwyrms. When a dragon moves past being ancient, they either go on a mad tear to become a Dracolich, or an evil cult will attempt to convince them to become a Dracolich, or they will ascend into Greatwyrm status, generally given to them by Bahamut. For a Metallic Greatwyrm, it usually involves combining their echoes that can be found across the multiverse. The Metallic Greatwyrm is larger than the other two Greatwyrms, Gem and Chromatic, and as such, they are given a challenge rating of 28. Metallic Greatwyrms are generally of lawful good alignment, so these guys may not exactly fit into the category of being the Dungeon Master's big bad evil guy. Their strength is a whopping 30, dexterity is 16, constitution is 29, intelligence is 21, wisdom is 22, and the charisma is also up there with strength also being at 30. Like the other two Greatwyrms, they have an awakening, this one being Metallic Awakening. If the Greatwyrm would be reduced to 0 hit points, its current hit point total instead resets to 450 hit points. It recharges its breath weapon and regains any expanded uses of legendary resistance. Additionally, the Greatwyrm can now use the options in the Mythic Actions section for 1 hour. Award a party an additional 120,000 experience for a total of 240,000 experience for defeating the Greatwyrm after its Metallic Awakening activates. It is also of an unusual nature, meaning that it doesn't require food or drink. The Metallic Greatwyrm has 1 bite attack and 2 claw attacks. It can also attack with its tail. The Metallic Greatwyrm has 2 breath weapons, Elemental Breath and Sapping Breath. Elemental Breath, the Greatwyrm exhales elemental energy in a 300-foot cone. Each creature in that area must make a DC 25 dexterity saving throw, taking 84, that's 13d12 damage, of a type determined by the Greatwyrm's kind, acid, cold, fire, lightning. On a successful save, you take half as much damage. Sapping Breath. The Greatwyrm exhales gas in a 300-foot cone. Each creature in that area must make a DC 25 Constitution saving throw. On a failed save, the creature falls unconscious for 1 minute. On a successful save, the creature has disadvantage on attack, rolls, and saving throws until the end of the Greatwyrm's next turn. An unconscious creature can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of its turns, ending the effect on itself on a success. The Metallic Greatwyrm has 3 legendary actions it can take. However, only 1 legendary action can be used at any one time, and only at the end of another creature's turn. It can make 1 claw or tail attack, and it can do a wing attack. Basically, the Greatwyrm beats its wings, and each creature within 30 feet must succeed on a DC 26 dexterity saving throw, or take 17 bludgeoning damage and be knocked prone. The Metallic Greatwyrm also has Mythic Actions. If its Metallic Awakening trait has activated in the last hour, it can use the following as legendary actions. Bite, it can make 1 bite attack. Shattering Roar, which costs 2 actions. The Greatwyrm unleashes a magical roar. Each creature in a 120-foot radius sphere centered on the Greatwyrm must succeed on a DC 26 Constitution saving throw or take 19 thunder damage and be incapacitated until the end of its next turn. Seeing as the Metallic Greatwyrm is generally good, would you expect one to help out the players? If so, what would you do to convince one to help? Let me know in the comments below, and until next our paths cross, may you not get messed on by a gold metallic dragon. Though I guess you could always sell it.